All right, we are back in the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy. This is the European Nightcrawler bin number 2, but it's the only bin I still call European Nightcrawler, I'm sure. Anyways, all right, gonna make this quick because, as always, we're about to run out of battery. It is Friday, the 30th of August, 2024. It has been 9 days since my last feeding of all the bins. This bin was at one point fully harvested, but the old castings more and more look to me like really they need to be harvested again. So they won't be today. I see that they're pretty moist, but so far, at the time this video is posted, you should also be able to see the mixed worm bin number 2, as well as the red wiggler bin, the latest videos from today. I will not be getting to mixed worm bin number 1. I will do that tomorrow though. So it'll be 10 days for them, but 9 days for this bin. All right. This is a population that would also had declined. I think they've been better than the red wiggler bin, but this was another one that I was like, what happened to these guys? Really muddy castings, so these will need to dry out. And I have seen worms while I'm digging through here, and the reason these are this muddy is because of there's actually a lot of worms over here. Okay. Which, as I've relearned, more moist environments are more conducive to worm breeding. So they definitely like it over here. I don't see any cocoons that, again, I'm trying to return to my worm farming roots. Remember, I used to look at cocoons and worms, and I've been watching, if you haven't watched any of my other videos from this week, then if you've watched my other videos from this week, I apologize for the repeat, but I have been watching more worm videos again like I used to do all the time. So I'm kind of being reminded of the old habits and returning to them. I also want to plan some sort of experiments, if you will, for the future. But okay. Right off the bat, I didn't notice any adult worms or cocoons, but I'm going to try to make this video not a half an hour like the others. Okay, here we are. Let's see what we got. We've got a worm. Well, a couple of worms. In bigger populations, I'd see even more worms throughout the shredded paper. And so again, this is a smaller population, but still just something to keep note of, you know, how many worms I'm seeing. More worms and bigger worms than I saw in the red wiggler bin. More active worms, I would say, even. Yeah, a lot more worms, a lot bigger. But I'm still not seeing any adults. I know I'm not like super duper looking, but this is the feeding zone. Yeah, we've got a lot of worms. I'm happy to see that. If you missed it, I dropped my phone in the worm bin in the last one, trying to balance it. Okay. Worms kind of all throughout. Well, not super duper all throughout, but they're pretty intermingled with the paper. Got a cherry tomato As we would expect, more worms down here. Shoot, there goes my battery. If I turn the light, of course, when am I going to learn my lesson? And only come down here when I have 100% battery. Of course, the feeding is in the area where the light does not penetrate. Oh, that is really great to see, guys. Hey, that's really great to see. That makes me really happy. Wow. And it's muddy down there. Of course, they're down there. I don't see any clatellums, but these aren't itty-bitty worms. Yeah, oh, I'm so happy. This is great. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Wow. Cool. That makes me feel really good. So this population is... Dang. I gotta lean over in a really weird way to stand at this angle. But I think we saw what we need to see. Awesome. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Big old heck yeah over here. Fantastic. All right. Well, super duper. Funny part is, of course, the castings are soaked, and I don't want the castings to be soaked. I want this area to stay wet, but not the castings. Come on. And it would appear, actually, I think I actually fed in the center last time. Nope. Or you know, yes. Guys, this is so great. This is an excellent update. I'm super, super stoked. There's a, ooh, there is. Thought I just saw some like standing water. Okay. This is obviously just torn apart paper. Whoops. Need to zoom out here. All right. Maybe I'll keep this down at the bottom where it was. Oh, maybe I did. Ooh, guys, look at this. What was this? Oh, maybe apple? Hey, little baby worm party. Maybe that's what's left of the apple? Or a peach or something? That's weird. Alright, well, these guys are probably hungry. I actually have a kind of big feeding for them. And I feel even better about it now, seeing their actual numbers. So we're gonna feed down here in the center. Nice pit. Guys, okay. Nice pit, and actually I want some dry stuff down there. I mean, I want this to be wet for them to breed, so that's tricky. Because I don't want the castings to be any wetter, but I want this stuff to be wetter. So I'm actually going to put the old paper down, the paper that's been here, and put the food on top of that, and then I'm going to put some wet stuff across the top. Okay. We've got freezer burned, now thawed mixed veggies and banana and some canned peaches. What was left of some canned peaches. Okay. So this is a very good population, or feeding size for these guys. And I believe it's going to serve them well, especially with their numbers improving, but also being, yeah, okay, that's right. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all the old paper back on top. Okay. I'll try to make my next videos a little bit shorter. Oh, look, this is a piece of brassica stem. What did I not get over here? Are you trying to tell me that there's... This is where I fed? Good Lord. So excited with what I found. No, it's fine. Still got some Brussels sprouts. All right. We need these castings to dry out. What we're going to do is I'm going to squeeze some of the moisture off of this paper. And we're just going to lay this over the top of the older stuff. I know it's going to dry out. It always does. Watching these videos lately has me wanting to put a layer of plastic bubble wrap on top like a lot of these other worm farmers do, kind of help keep the moisture in. At the same time, though, this is my method. Well, I mean, this is not. My method changes depending on the day and the feeding and how I feel. Okay. Yeah, obviously the top of this will dry out, but I feel like I've created a nice new wet topping for the stuff that's already being broken down. And typically I cover the whole thing, but I think I'm only going to cover that side. I think I'm going to go ahead and let this dry out more, so it's not completely, it's shielded, if you will, but because I think these guys, they still, because this paper is still it's still moist, but it's dry, but the stuff down below, so maybe this is the issue with it being such a deep bin. But in the other bins, when there are more worms, there are more worms throughout, so it would make sense that they're anyways, thank you so much for your time. We're at 15 minutes. I really appreciate your time and your interest. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of my worm bins and their progress, then go to my channel, go to the playlist, All Things Worm Farming. I probably should divide that up because I do have a lot of, that's a playlist I initially made for other worm farmers, but I've now it's like my stuff and other worm farmers. I like the idea of, I want to support other worm farmers, so I also want to encourage you to go check them out. At the same time, I should probably make it easier for people who want to specifically see my content. If you want to nerd out that much and be like, I want to go back and see the other bin. But I'm going to work on also making shorter videos, or at least not making super long videos all the time, because this feels super long. But yeah, I appreciate your time. Again, this was the 30th of August, 2024. This is the European NIghtcrawler bin number 2. It has been 9 days since the last feeding, and prior to that, it had been 8 days. So I'm doing a lot better on keeping track of my bins. I'm being consistent. I'm in the last month, I've been checking in. Well, once I went 2 weeks. I went 9 days from the last one, then it was 8 days before that, then it was 2 weeks before that. So, but I'm doing good. I'm on it. This population is one I've been watching. I was kind of worried about, but they're looking good. The red wiggler population is improving. It's still pretty small, but it's looking good. Mixed worm bin 1 and 2. I haven't been in 1 yet this week, but 2 is looking good. So stay tuned. I'm going to start doing some more stuff with my worms, come up with some experiments, because I think that's fun. And just trying to see them. Anyways, thank you for your time. Be safe. Be well. Bye for now.